It's episode 146 of a crazy little thing called Lovdev. Today's title, Robert Did It. Didn't make it through the semi-final, folks. Unfortunately, I didn't make it through. Oh, well. British Comedian of the Year. That's the second time, I think, I've been into the semi-finals. Or is it the third? I can't remember. Got to the venue before all the other acts were on. And I happened to go on first. But it was okay. I'll be honest, I did a new joke in my set and it got a laugh. So, to me, that is a winner. Yeah, talking about winners, I can't remember the guy's name who won British Comedian of the Year, which was held in Liverpool's famous Hot Water Comedy Club. I think his surname is Toulouse. Luke Tolson is the winner of the British Comedian of the Year. Congratulations to Luke for winning. I didn't meet this guy, so I've never met with him. I'm not sure where he's actually based. I'm going to take a guess and say probably London, most likely. The other people that was in the final were Finley Christie, Monica Hasui, Amir Kushsohan, I think. I probably said his name wrong. There's Martin Derchov, Dane Buckley, Trevor Bickles, who I met in the heat in Milton Keynes, Vinny Shue, and the local lad, my comedy guru, James Cook. James Cook and a lady named Barbara Nice, a.k.a. Janice Connolly, is her real name, Janice. So both of them ran a comedy course, and I did it. So James was at the semi-final heat that I was at, and I didn't really stay. I had another comedian with me named Michael McKenzie, who's Derby-based. He's only been going 2 years. Disabled act, so I had to take him to the gig. He met me in Birmingham, and then I drove. And because I was worried about him getting home on time, I thought we better just leave. So we left, and, well, we both had fun. That was the main thing, isn't it? Oh, well, you win some, you lose some. That is part of life, and, yeah, that's how it goes. Other than that, last weekend, I didn't really have any gigs. I had 2 gigs, and they both got cancelled on me. And then I was thinking, nobody wants to book me anymore. They're not finding me funny. It was just one of those things, I suppose. But now I've done a couple of gigs, did one last night. Well, I'll say I did one last night. Got to the venue. It was in an Irish pub in Coventry. And guess how many audience members we had? 0. Yep. Nobody turned up to the event. Apparently the venue had a birthday party on as well. But there was a band downstairs. And they were loud, so you could hear the music seeping through the walls, the ceiling. And it was coming into the comedy room. And I was thinking, it's a good thing we haven't got the comedy on. Because it would just the noise bleed that comes into the room. It ruin the whole event. So the guy who ran it, I said, listen, promote it a bit more. Get it out there. And I'll come back and do it. Because you've paid me. You paid me to go. And I felt a bit bad, but then, this is what we do. It's our living, I suppose. Yeah. I did get to meet 2 other people there. Local Midlands acts. There was Ben Briggs, who's based in Northampton. Is that classed as the Midlands? I don't even know. It's not far from the Midlands. And then there's Sham Jaman from Coventry. And Simon McCarthy, who was running the gig. We had a good old catch-up, little old chat. Felt like we were on question time, to be honest. Conversation got quite deep. I'm not going to go into it too much. Talking about deep, I'm going to do this.
Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake?
Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Let's see what today's conspiracy is all about. As always, all my content is taken from the very famous Reddit forums. The Conspiracy Theory Forum has been put up by Intelligent Bag. The Intelligent Bag is asking, 3 animals rule the animal kingdom and all the universe. I can only think of one, and that's Lion King. Simba rules the kingdom, doesn't he? The animal kingdom. Not sure about the universe. First of all, Intelligent Bag, the universe is absolutely massive, mate. So, unless you're comparing it to God, maybe God is the animal, right? But there's only one in there, according to some people. According to you, there's 3 of them. 3 animals. What he's saying is, I believe the earthworm, praying mantis, and bumblebee rule the universe and came to our earth to be our judges. The earthworm stands for G, the praying mantis is O, and the bumblebee is D, representing God, also known as God. And meaning the earthworm stands for generator. The praying mantis is the organizer, and the bumblebee is the destroyer. Earthworm generates your destiny. The praying mantis organizes who will be in and won't be in heaven after death, depending on your karma and how you treat people. Animals and plants in this lifetime and all the elements, and the bumblebee is the destroyer, who destroys your soul by bringing it straight to the sun god instantaneously. This is only done if you treat people with disrespect and break God's commandments. More to it than this, but this is a brief summary beginning. Who is he asking? Who my animal god that watches over me and judges me by the way I react towards other people? First of all, I would say the one who judges me, it's got to be my cat right now. She's just doing all this mad stuff in the house, and I feel like she wants me to shout at her. She wants me to chase around the house, purposely doing stuff to see how I react. Yesterday, I'm not going to say what I had to do, but you can only imagine. I had to get the carpet wash out and wash the whole carpet. Now, it's becoming a regular thing. I don't know why. No idea. But if anybody wants a cat, you can have her. You're more than welcome to have her. I think the other 2, he said there's 3, innit? So my cat would be the O, the judger. The generator, I would probably pick... Oh, God, I can't think of an animal. I don't like anything, to be honest. Let's go with animals that are in the UK and come close to my house. Squirrels. Yeah. Squirrels don't bother me, man. I reckon a squirrel would send me straight to heaven. Definitely. I mean, I never chase it. I'm always putting food out, although it's for the birds. And the squirrels come and eat it. Maybe a rat here and there. Who knows? There's more rats than humans in the United Kingdom. So and the other one, let me quickly pick one. Let's pick an insect. Spider? Yeah? Actually, do you know what? Saying spiders, I'm not going to heaven. The only reason is, if I find a spider in the house, if it's too high up, I'll hoover it. If it's nearby, I'll catch it with a cup, put a paper under the cup, and then just like fling it out the window. Try not to kill it. But my kids, my daughter especially, is absolutely terrified of spiders. So I would pick them three. I'm not sure on his question though. The earthworm is an interesting one because the earthworm technically could probably live on any planet. We never see them anyway, unless we're gardening and we're doing the digging. So there probably are earthworm type of... Are they insects? They are, innit? Earthworm insects are probably in a soil somewhere on another planet or moon. Could be on a moon. Don't judge a moon. Who said moon can't host life? Going off topic here, I was watching Solar System by Brian Cox. Yeah, the legend. He had this thing where he talks about moons, the possibility that there's a moon out there somewhere. I think it's on Jupiter's, surrounding Jupiter anyway. Jupiter's got like over 50, I think. Probably more, to be honest. Anyway, moons. And they found one. And they reckon it can host life. Then they reckon there's an ocean under it. Or there's like, which is a possibility of life. Who knows? There's definitely life out there. There's got to be, man. We're not that special. I've said it many, many times. Here's a conspiracy for you. So I had to get this podcast out of the way because my daughter wants to go to the city centre of Birmingham. Now, she's a young 15-year-old girl. And she said to me yesterday, Dad, can you take me to city centre Birmingham? I said I would, but I can't drive into Birmingham because my car doesn't pass the regulations for the Birmingham Council scammers. Yeah, I can't pay that. So, unfortunately, we've got to keep the city centre clean. It doesn't matter about the rest of the planet, but Bath, Bristol, London, Birmingham, there's probably another city. We got to keep those cities clean. The air's really polluted. There's a lot of neighbourhoods that live within the city centre. So let's keep out the toxic cars. So I can't drive you there, Bab. And my missus was like, oh, no, you can't. I feel really sorry for her. And I'm thinking, she's a 15-year-old girl. Surely she can catch the bus. When I was 14 years old, I used to wag school. Not bragging. I'll be wagging school. I'll be catching the bus everywhere, man. I was always travelling. That's the trouble with kids these days. They rely on their phones too much. But I'm just like, just use your phone. Google Maps. That's what it's there for. You can just put it where you want to go. And then it will tell you what bus to catch, how many stops there are, and you can even track your journey on the way. And now I'm thinking, I have to sacrifice my weekend to go on a bus with my daughter all the way into the city centre, drop her off, and stay on that bus and come all the way back. That's an hour of my life taken away. I don't know what you guys would do, but I really don't want to pay for an Uber or a Bolt. It's like £7, £1.50, get on the bus, get into town, and come back. Which is another reason why I'm trying to quickly do this podcast. I don't like rushing myself, though, But, I am heading to Manchester. Have I told you I'm heading to Manchester? I'm going to Manchester tonight to do a comedy club called Creatures, which I've never done. But a lot of comedians have told me it's a great little club. It reminds them of a New York venue. Funny enough, the ones who tell me that have never gigged in New York. So, I don't know what they mean by that, but I can presume what they mean by that. So, yeah, I'll be in Manchester. I will let you guys know how that gig went. But apart from that, let's just move on with this thing because no one listens to it anymore. I have thought to myself, shall I end this podcast? Is it even worth me doing it? Do you know what I mean? I don't know anymore. I really don't know. So anyway, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a...
It's time for no stupid questions.
Thank you, Donald Trump there. You see, he's back in power, which means he's also back on my podcast. It is time for the no stupid questions. This one has been put up by BMV. The question BMV has asked, why can't McDonald's just have a breakfast all day? I don't know, mate. One, either you're a massive McDonald's fan or McDonald's just can't be asked to cook whatever it is they serve at breakfast. Do they do like traditional British breakfast? I don't think McDonald's does it. I mean, I had McDonald's last night. The missus wanted something to eat. And when I came back from the gig where there was no people, I got home and there was like fries and a McChicken sandwich, and no disrespect to my wife, but I just looked at it and I thought, that's not food. To me, McDonald's ain't food, man. It's more of a snack. And should they serve breakfast all day? They can do what they want. I'm really not bothered. Maybe they will sell stuff. I mean, people go to cafes. Some cafes have an all-day breakfast, so you can still get your sausage, bacon, eggs, hash browns, whatever it is you like on your breakfast. You can get it in most cafes. They'll serve it all day. Some of them won't, but, you know, yeah. Do they have it? It is a very stupid question, I must admit. It's a question that I can't even be bothered to answer. But we'll carry on reading his thing. It says, I mean, even limited breakfast. How tough would it be to make a sausage McMuffin at 2 o'clock? How hard would it be, mate? I don't think it'd be very hard. Maybe they don't do it because... So, you know, like when you cook sausages or whatever it is, you're using that oil, and then you've got to change the oil to a different oil to cook something else, to fry your burgers or whatever it is. I don't know what they do. Maybe that's the reason. There has to be a reason why they don't do a breakfast all day. They probably make enough money selling the breakfast items before midday, so they don't need to do that anymore. And they just think, you know what, we're McDonald's, we're not a breakfast, we're not a calf. That could be the reason. I don't know. He's saying, I don't need an egg, just the English muffin. You like sausage and cheese. Lots of people work weird hours. That's true. He says he doesn't wake up till around 10:30, 11. But they just can't do it at any location. I've already asked. I've got a feeling this guy's in the UK. I don't know why. I think he is. From the way he's saying it. Maybe, I don't know. Why don't you just email them? Email McDonald's. Find out why they don't do it. And then let me know. Because that question, I can't even ask AI for that. Or shall I? Yeah, go on then, Lovdev. Ask AI, whatever it's called. Oh, I'll put the wrong thing into AI. I'll put an address for tonight's gig. Well, that's not going to help, is it? Oh, hang on. Oh, how does it know that? This isn't a gig that I'm doing. It's a gig that was on the internet, and it's actually put down the time and the availability. That's weird, isn't it? How does it know that? Anyway, I've asked AI, why can't McDonald's just have a breakfast all day? So let's answer it. The question why we can't serve breakfast, there's a couple of factors apparently. Kitchen capacity. So McDonald's kitchens are designed to handle a specific menu during peak hours, which is known as the UHC, Universal Holding Cabinet. That stores the food, and often it's at full capacity throughout the day. So it limits the ability to prepare breakfast alongside the lunch and dinner. Also, there's a menu simplification. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, McDonald's reduced its menu to streamline operations and improve service efficiency. This included discontinuing the all-day breakfast, which has not been fully reinstated since. Then there's the girl space, which is used for cooking the breakfast items they all need for lunch. So there's not enough room, is basically, I think, what they're trying to say. And then you've got the food, safety, and quality. There's concerns about the cleaning the grills between the breakfast and the lunch. And it's all to do with maintaining food safety standards. And then also, this is the last one, there's staffing issues. So there's not enough staff to manage an all-day breakfast, and it can be a challenge, especially in busy locations. Oh, well, there you go. I asked AI, and now we all know why McDonald's and other establishments don't do an all-day breakfast. I watched a really interesting documentary yesterday, which is what I'm going to tell you about. Some of you probably don't know this, but I was just like, I was bored last night and I didn't know what to watch. So I was, I got so many stuff to see on the telly. And I was watching this documentary, and I'm gonna do it as my, where I do that thing where I go,
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, when I do that. So I thought, why don't I just tell you guys about the interesting thing that I found? Don't know if some of you know this, but I'm not really into like creepy stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I seen the title of the TV show on the old dodgy stick, and it was called The Curse of Robert the Doll. And I thought, The Curse of Robert the Doll? Is this real? So I started watching it. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Apparently it's on Discovery Plus. If you've got that, you can watch it. Some of you might know. I don't know. So apparently Robert the Doll he's like a life-sized fabric doll, right? And he's kind of haunted, and is actually locked up in a cabinet in a museum in Key West, Florida, which is where he's from. And the house that all these spooky things happened, that house is still there, and it's also a museum. And a lot of people who go and visit this doll have to respect it. And if you don't respect it, you'll end up having loads of like incidents throughout your life. You'll have financial, you'll have death, you'll have like accidents. And people really believe in it. So they started sending the doll apology letters. I don't want to give it away too much, but if you ever go and visit this doll, there's certain rules you have to do. So I think the first one is you have to introduce yourself. I know it sounds bizarre, but people really believe that it is haunted. So you go up to the doll and you say, "Hello, my name is so-and-so. Nice to meet ya." Then you can ask him questions if you want. Obviously, he's not going to answer you back. But basically, don't take the mickey out of him. If you start taking the mickey out of him, you're in trouble. It was quite an interesting documentary, to be honest. I watched all of it. It's like an hour and a half long. And it kind of unfolds. There's a couple of twists in it as you watch it. But it was very interesting. So I wanted to do that as my, that's interesting. I've talked enough on this podcast. I've got to sort the kids out. So why don't we end it with today's weird news story. I just sausage fingers, don't know how to use a mobile phone. That is not the weird news story, by the way. So here is the weird news story. And guess what? It's banana related. I know, just like last week's. Like the guy who paid ridiculous amount of millions and billions of money to just eat a banana that had sellotape on it. I don't know, man. This one, guess what? I think it's from Sweden because the title gives it away. So here is the title. Swedish minister's staff insist on a banana-free room due to the weirdest phobia. Ugh. Let's see what all this is about. According to reports, apparently. So the instructions from a gender equality minister named Paulina Brandenburg. Shout out to Paulina Brandenburg. Was seen leaked emails, which was published by Expressen. I don't even know who they are. It's probably a company. The tabloid quoted one of the leaked messages sent to the Norwegian Judicial Agency ahead of a VIP lunch, saying that she has a strong allergy to bananas, so it would appreciate that there are no bananas left in the area where she'll be staying. A similar email was reportedly sent to the county admin board and said no bananas are allowed on the premises. Brandenburg has said that she is getting professional help. Apparently, she posted on X years ago saying she had the world's weirdest phobia of bananas, but since then she has deleted it. So apparently banana phobia, it can cause serious symptoms like anxiety, nausea, and can trigger just by seeing it or even smelling the fruit. I mean, I've heard of other phobias, obviously, like, you know, there's the nut allergy, you got the fish allergy, seafood, I mean, and there's got to be other ones that I probably don't even know about. But is it an actual thing? I don't know. Is there actually a banana phobia? I've even asked AI, right? And AI's like, don't know what you're talking about, mate. No, actually, Google is saying it is a real phobia, apparently. So people with this phobia can experience all the things that I already mentioned, including the sight of it and the smell. And even just thinking about bananas can give you the phobia. It could be triggered by a traumatic experience involving a banana, as in slipping on a peel or even choking on a banana. There are symptoms, right? So the avoidance of bananas or places where bananas might be present. There's the physical reaction, which is all the ones that I've mentioned. Emotional distress, including a sense of dread or overwhelming fear. It's like having an anxiety attack by the sounds of it. There are coping strategies they recommend. If you have a banana phobia, you can slowly introduce a banana into an environment. Maybe start off with a plastic one or a rubber one. You could have CBT therapy by identifying and changing the negative thoughts about your banana. You can also have relaxation techniques. What they should do is get the banana, right, and rub the banana over your body. Not in awkward places, but all over your body. So you get used to the feel of the banana. And then peel it, right, and use the skin to use that as an ointment around. And maybe you'll like it then. So if you got a banana phobia, does that mean you won't eat banana cake? I'm guessing you won't even touch banana cake. I love a banana cake, me. That was today's weird news story, banana phobia. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. This has been a crazy little thing called Lovdev. See you next week.